Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful recap is finally in for Thursday, October 9, 2025. In today's episode, Electra Forrester, Lania Grace, opens up to Ivy Forrester, Ashley Brewer, Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, and Bill Spencer, Dawn Diamond, make a deal. Plus, John Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, faces a moral dilemma regarding Steffi Forrester Finnegan. Jacqueline Matins Wood, at Forrester Creations, Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, keeps thinking of Electra. Flashbacks of Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, flash across the screen. He sends a text to Electra, urging her not to give up on their future at the Spencer Mansion. Ridge, Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, and Finn continue facing off with Luna. Ridge wants the girl behind bars now. Bill says they need to wait until a paternity test can be done. Ridge doesn't care if she's pregnant, she is dangerous and needs to be locked up. Luna chimes in that she's a better woman now. She claims to now be a parent, just like all of them. All she wants to do is protect and love Will's baby. Bill and Katie assure everyone that Luna isn't getting a free pass. She will go back to prison, but they need to find out if she's carrying Will's baby first. Taylor says that each moment that Luna is free, she's a threat. Bill would feel the same way but promises that he has everything under control. Ridge reluctantly agrees to give Bill and Katie some time, but not long. After Ridge, Taylor, and Finn exit, Bill warns Luna that she's not getting another pardon. Will appears and wants to talk to Luna. She offers to take him upstairs. Will isn't amused. He loves Electra and would never have slept with her if she hadn't tricked him. Luna is convinced that the baby will change everything for them. At the Cliff House, Churai, Gigi, and Finn debate about what to do. They are all worried about Steffi. How can the doctor tell Steffi that the person who tried to kill her is alive and out of prison? Does he even tell her at all, or just wait until she returns to town? At Eric Forrester's, John the Cook, mansion, Ivy and Electra chat about Will. Ivy doesn't see how Electra still wants him after the Luna situation. Electra explains he was a victim. Ivy tells her niece that she was affected by this too. Electra knows, but can't stop talking about all of Will's amazing qualities. Electra tells Ivy that she knows it will be difficult, but she's not going to let Luna destroy her love story. Thursday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful was one of those rare gems that blended nostalgia with high-stakes drama, tugging at the heartstrings while setting up future battles that promise chaos in Los Angeles. With Ivy Forrester back in the fold offering her classic blend of charm and honesty, Ridge and Bill making a deal that no one saw coming, and Finn finding himself in an impossible position, viewers were left speechless. Let's dive into the 2,000-word creative recap of everything that went down on Thursday, October 9. The episode opened in true Forrester fashion, inside the elegant yet tension-filled offices of Forrester Creations. Hope Logan was staring at a new lineup of gowns, her eyes glazed, her mind clearly elsewhere. Enter Ivy Forrester, back in Los Angeles after years away. The sound of her accent was like a time machine, transporting longtime fans back to the era of Ivy, Liam, and Steffi's endless tug-of-war. Hope's face softened when she saw her old friend. "Ivy, I can't believe you're here," she said, her voice breaking the sterile quiet of the design room. Ivy smiled warmly, her Australian accent lilting. "I couldn't stay away forever. Besides, Uncle Eric called. He said Forrester could use another creative hand. But judging by your face, I think there's something else going on here." Hope sighed deeply, glancing down at the sketches on the table. "It's not the designs. It's everything else. My personal life is a mess again, Ivy. Liam, Thomas, Luna. Every time I think I'm done with drama, it follows me." Ivy's smile faded as she gently placed a hand on Hope's arm. "You know what your problem is, Hope? You keep trying to fix other people's broken pieces while ignoring your own. Maybe it's time you asked yourself what you want, not what the Logans or Forresters or even Liam wants." Hope blinked, taken aback by Ivy's sharp intuition. That sounds like something my mom would say. Ivy chuckled softly. Except I actually mean it. There was an honesty in Ivy's tone that Hope couldn't ignore. As Ivy talked about her years away, her time in Sydney, her regrets about how she left things with Liam, and her realization that chasing perfection had cost her happiness, Hope found herself quietly absorbing every word. I learned that love isn't about who wins, Ivy said, folding her arms. It's about who you can truly be yourself with. You, Hope, have been trying to prove something, but maybe it's time to stop proving and start living. Hope's eyes glistened with emotion. You sound like you've been talking to Taylor, she joked weakly. Ivy shook her head. No, darling. I've just been living life outside of this whirlwind. And trust me, it gives you perspective. As the scene faded, Hope stared out the window toward the Los Angeles skyline, her reflection merging with the city lights. A woman torn between clarity and confusion, between past and future. Meanwhile, across town at Spencer Publications, Ridge Forrester and Bill Spencer were in a tense meeting that no one could have predicted. Normally, these two couldn't share oxygen without exchanging insults, but today the mood was different, strategic, almost cautious. Bill sat behind his massive desk, his signature smirk replaced by a thoughtful frown. You know, Ridge, if someone told me I'd be sitting across from you without throwing a punch, I'd call them crazy. Ridge smirked faintly. I'd call them a liar. But here we are. The air crackled with an uneasy truce as the two men discussed what had driven them together. A mutual threat, Sheila Carter. She's like a virus, Bill said, his voice low. No matter how many times we think she's gone, she mutates and comes back stronger. And now she's worming her way back toward Finn, and Steffi's paying the price. Rich nodded, his expression grim. She's a danger to everyone. I've tried keeping Steffi away from that mess, but Finn, he's too compassionate. He wants to believe she can change. Bill leaned forward, eyes hardening. I've been down that road. I gave her a second chance once, nearly lost everything. I'm not making that mistake again. Their conversation turned to strategy. Rich wanted to use Forrester's resources, legal, financial, and media leverage, to isolate Sheila from Finn's life. Bill, on the other hand, had a more direct approach. I'm not interested in press conferences or PR campaigns, he said, his voice sharp. I want results. If that means using information, pressure, or people in her orbit to make her disappear, so be it. Rich's brow furrowed. You're talking about crossing a line. Bill gave him a look that chilled the room. I don't care about lines anymore. Not when it comes to protecting my family and yours. For a moment, neither spoke. Two powerful men, usually enemies, now united by a single cause. Rich finally broke the silence. If we do this, we do it my way. No blood on our hands. We outthink her, not outgun her. Bill sighed. Fine. But don't blame me if I have to get my hands dirty. As they stood to shake hands, it was clear. A dangerous alliance had been born. Rich and Bill, two titans with too much pride and too much to lose, were about to take on Sheila Carter together. Little did they know, Finn was about to make everything more complicated. Over at the Cliff House, Finn was pacing, his medical scrubs still on from a long shift. His mind was spinning, the words of his last encounter with Sheila echoing in his head. I just want to know my son. I'm not the monster everyone says I am. Steffi walked in, fresh from a Forrester meeting, tension written all over her face. You're thinking about her again, aren't you? She said softly. Finn froze. Steffi, she's my biological mother. I can't just pretend she doesn't exist. Steffi's tone sharpened. You can't pretend she's safe either. Every time you let her get close, something terrible happens. How many chances are you going to give her before she destroys everything? Finn ran a hand through his hair. It's not about chances. It's about closure. I need to understand her, to see if she can truly change. For me, for our son. Steffi's eyes filled with tears. And what about us, Finn? What happens to our family while you're trying to save hers? The air between them was electric with hurt and fear. Finn reached out, but Steffi pulled away. "I know what she's capable of," Steffi whispered. "I watched her put a bullet in you, Finn. I saw her nearly kill me. I won't let her do it again." Finn's voice cracked with emotion. "I'm not choosing her over you, Steffi. I just need to know if forgiveness is possible." "Forgiveness?" Steffi repeated, her voice trembling. "You can't heal a snake bite by hugging the snake, Finn." It was a brutal metaphor, and it hit him hard. As Steffi stormed upstairs, Finn's phone buzzed. It was a message from an unknown number. "We need to talk, tonight. No one can know." He didn't have to guess who it was, Sheila. His heart pounded as he stared at the message. His mother's reach was relentless. But what Finn didn't know was that Ridge and Bill were already putting their plan into motion, and his secret meeting might put him right in the crossfire. Back at Forrester, another surprising development unfolded. Brooke and Taylor, two women with a long history of rivalry, found themselves oddly aligned once again. Taylor had returned from a medical conference, and Brooke wasted no time catching her up. "You're not going to believe this. Ridge and Bill are working together." Taylor's eyes widened. "You're kidding. Those two can't agree on the color of the sky, let alone a plan involving Sheila." Brooke nodded. "That's what worries me. Whenever men like them start making deals, someone gets hurt." Taylor sighed, setting her purse down. "We've both been down this road before, Brooke. Maybe this time we should stay out of it." Brooke looked skeptical. "You really think we can? When it involves our children?" Their exchange was mature, layered with the weight of history. Two women who once fought for Ridge's heart were now united by maternal instinct and concern for their families. "Steffi's struggling," Brooke admitted quietly. "She's terrified Finn is slipping away." Taylor's face softened. "And Hope?" Brooke hesitated. "She's confused. Torn between being supportive and standing up for what's right. Ivy's back, and she's already stirring the pot." Taylor laughed lightly. Ivy always did have impeccable timing. They shared a small smile, a reminder that even in this world of betrayal and heartbreak, some wounds really do heal. As evening fell, tension mounted across Los Angeles. The final act of Thursday's episode was packed with the kind of suspense that The Bold and the Beautiful thrives on: slow-motion glances, ominous music, and unanswered phone calls. Finn arrived at a dimly lit cafe on the outskirts of town. He sat at a corner table, his jaw tight, eyes scanning the room. Then she appeared, Sheila Carter. "Thank you for coming," she said softly, her voice trembling with something that almost resembled sincerity. "I shouldn't be here," Finn replied, his tone cold. Sheila leaned forward, desperate. "I know you hate me. I deserve it, but I'm not here to manipulate you, Finn. I just need you to listen." Her words came out fast, emotional. She talked about her loneliness, her regrets, her wish to make things right. For a moment, Finn saw a flicker of humanity in her eyes. But before he could respond, a shadow moved outside the window. It was Bill, watching. And across the street, Ridge's car sat parked, headlights dimmed. The alliance was in motion, but neither man expected Finn to actually show up. Finn stood to leave, but Sheila grabbed his arm. "Please, son, don't walk away from me again." That word, son, made him freeze. At that exact moment, Ridge stepped out of his car, phone in hand, calling Steffi. "He's here." "With her," Ridge said, his tone laced with frustration. "We can't let this go on." Inside, Sheila noticed movement outside and stiffened. "You didn't tell anyone, did you?" she hissed. Finn shook his head. "Of course not." But it was too late. Bill pushed open the door, his voice cutting through the tension like a blade. "Evening, Sheila." Sheila's eyes went wide. "Bill, what are you doing here?" "I could ask you the same thing," he said, his gaze shifting to Finn. "You really think she's changed, Doc? You really think a woman like her can be trusted?" The air grew thick with danger. Finn's voice trembled. "This isn't what it looks like." Bill smirked. "Oh, I think it's exactly what it looks like. A son falling right back into his mother's trap." The scene ended on a gut-wrenching close-up, Sheila's eyes filling with fear, Finn caught between his past and his future, and Bill's steely resolve burning like a fuse about to ignite. Thursday's Bold and the Beautiful was a masterclass in layered storytelling. Ivy's grounded wisdom gave the episode its heart. Ridge and Bill's uneasy alliance supplied the suspense, and Finn's moral tug-of-war offered the emotional anchor that reminded viewers why this show has remained powerful for decades. By the time the credits rolled, the board had been set for an explosive showdown. Ivy's advice to Hope may plant seeds of change in the Forrester design room, while Ridge and Bill's deal could spiral into something much darker than either man anticipated. And Finn, his decision to meet Sheila could cost him everything: his marriage, his peace, even his career. One thing's certain, Friday's episode will not be quiet. Because on The Bold and the Beautiful, every choice has consequences, and every secret eventually comes out. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our BOLD and BUTIFUL UPDATE YouTube channel for more update news.